How to start as an entrepreneur. Success lovers and financial independence seekers, you are welcome to Passion Drive Coaching on YouTube. I became an entrepreneur by default, but I don't want you to be an entrepreneur by default. That is why my team and I have put together this cracker of a video for you. I started to produce some stuff to sell, buy other stuff to retail, and to render services every day, early in my life, and got paid. As I became older, it was obvious that my love and passion was deep into entrepreneurship. When I became independent from my parents' and guardians' financial support, all the decisions I took have been geared towards facilitating my journey as an entrepreneur. Along the way, I made many avoidable mistakes that nearly got me to abandon my interest in creating and managing successful businesses. I know some mistakes will come my way, but I have developed a thick skin through the years to grind through and survive these challenges. I am now able to count more successes in my entrepreneurial life than I used to. From all fronts, life is better. Things are good, and by God's grace, things would get even excellent. In my coaching career, I am passionate about providing hands-on guidance to people like you who are interested in becoming successful entrepreneurs to build multi-million-dollar companies. I just want you to avoid the numerous but avoidable mistakes I committed, which slowed me down drastically. Here are 7 ways you can start as an entrepreneur in order to achieve even greater successes than some of us have achieved. If you are ready, buckle up your seat, as this video would be rather a long one. 7 ways you can start as an entrepreneur. Point number 1, find the right business for you. Finding the right startup business is one of the most popular small business subjects today. Everyone wants what is hot, and that is obvious. Riding the wave of a hot market is much easier than spending all your time and resources educating the market without a real need. So finding a hot business opportunity is the first step. But once you find that hot idea, you will need to evaluate whether the business makes sense not only in the market but for you as well. That is why you need to keep the following 5 factors in mind when determining the right business startup suitable for you. Know your strengths and weaknesses. Match your passion with a consumer need. Choose the right market. Know your financial limitations, and then think long term. Check in one of our recent videos to see the details expressed in each of the points made above. The second way you can start as an entrepreneur is to educate yourself very well in all aspects of entrepreneurship. There are many things that you will need to know or do as an entrepreneur. That is obvious. Your current education cannot cover all necessary competencies to enable you successfully start and run a business. You need to continuously educate yourself. Probably you have a knowledge related to financing, but do you have legal knowledge or experience? In some cases, you can have legal competence, but you don't have technical skills to build your product or service, or even market and sell the product. As an entrepreneur, you will have many roles in your small business, but it doesn't mean you will need to give up on your dream to become an entrepreneur and build your own business empire. You will simply need to educate yourself and build your knowledge, skills, and experience. Here are some of the most important first things you will need to educate yourself on when you are starting as an entrepreneur. Educate yourself about financing. Educate yourself about business licenses. Educate yourself about business insurance. Educate yourself about business advertising. We have already covered all these points in great detail in our upcoming video. That is why you should subscribe to this channel so you do not miss out on any of our future videos that will surely give you guidance to succeed as an entrepreneur and become financially independent. To start as an entrepreneur, you need to plan your business. This is our third point for you. Every business needs to have a written business plan, whether it is to provide direction or attract investors. A business plan is vital for the success of your organization. But how do you write a business plan? From us, we tell you to forget about a formal business format, because as you prepare to start as an entrepreneur, you should have a snapshot of your business in mind always. You should be able to describe what you do clearly. You should know what others are doing in that industry, how big the market is, and how competitive it will be for you. You should have in mind the management structure of your business, whether it is you alone or you will need other people to help you in, and you should know the capacity they will be helping you in. You should know the products or services you will be offering. You should know how you will market your business and your sales strategy, and how much money you will need for the next 3 to 5 years, and how will your financial projections be. These together constitute the business plan. So in planning your business, these are what you will need to be able to plan your business from the conception of the idea to your projections into the future. This takes us to point number 4, registration of your business. The process of registering a business is different depending on the type of operations you are starting, how big it is, and what country you live in. We will take our time to take you through all of that. But remember, I, and by extension, Passion Drive Coaching, does not provide legal or tax advice. And this video is not a substitute for advice from a lawyer or a tax advisor. To register your business, you first have to choose the business structure. The business structure or the business entity you choose affects the way you file for taxes, your day-to-day operations, and how much your personal assets are at risk if your business fails. Here is a brief overview of some of the most common business structures around the world. The structure is similar in most countries. In Ghana specifically, you can choose between the following types of businesses that are registered under the law: companies limited by shares, companies limited by guarantee, companies with unlimited liability, and a sole proprietorship. You will have to go through the following steps to register any of the types of businesses mentioned above. Step 1 is to carry out a name search with the Registrar General's Department. Step 2 is taxpayer identification number registration. Step 3 is to fill and submit the company incorporation forms. And step 4, pay statutory fees. And the last stage is to collect your registration certificates. As simple as that. After registering your business, you will need to register with some city and local agencies and apply for licenses and permits if your industry requires them to operate. Point number 5 on starting as an entrepreneur is to find your target audience. You can find your target audience by asking some simple questions. What problems does my company's product or service solve? If you have been in business for any length of time, you should have some understanding of why your product or service exists. Your content should be related to that purpose. That means resisting the urge to share irrelevant messages just because they are funny. If it's not connected to your mission, it doesn't belong in your content marketing. Who are our current customers? If you are not sure who buys your product or service, someone in your organization almost certainly does. Consider asking your company's executives or sales team for this information. It may also be necessary to segment your types of customers. For example, you may categorize customers based on location, based on budget, and based on needs. What do customers stand to gain from choosing us instead of our competitors? Here, what features do you offer that no one else does? Is there something you can do better than anyone else? By the time you have answered these questions, will you have defined an understanding for each of the following? By the time you've answered these questions, you will have defined an understanding for each of the following: why your content deserves to exist, who is going to read it, what your competition is doing, and how you can do it better, why your audience should choose your content and product instead of your competition. This takes us to point number 5, networking. Very important, networking. Successful small business owners know they only got to where they are because of the people who helped them along the way. A strong professional network can help you achieve things that you would never accomplish on your own, from solutions to seemingly impossible problems to word of mouth recommendations that grow your customer base. Whether you are handing out your business card at an event or reaching out via social media, networking is only effective if you are smart about it. Here is what you should do to grow your startup through your connections. Offer your help first. Become a resource on social media. Do some basic media outreach. Get customers involved in your process. Stay in touch with former connections. Always be ready to offer samples and participate in your local small business community activities. Point number 6 to get you started as an entrepreneur is marketing. Whatever your product or the scale of your business, you would definitely have to do some marketing. As a small business with small financial muscle, here is what I suggest for you. Craft an elevator pitch. You should be marketing all the time, wherever you are. Therefore, you need a compelling elevator pitch. Research shows the average attention span of an adult is about 6 to 8 seconds. That's all the time you have to grab someone's attention. Therefore, invest the time to craft a killer elevator pitch that grabs attention. You need to leverage your community. You don't have to think big when it comes to your marketing efforts. Think locally. What's going on in your community? Sponsor a little league team or a charity work. Print leaflets and brochures and leave them at the local library. Get to know your ideal customer and think about how and where they spend their time. Then search for opportunities to get in front of your customer with your marketing message. Again, collaborate. Put together a group of synergistic, non-competitive businesses in your area and agree to cross-promote. You can use coupons, flyers, reciprocal website links, bundled promotions, or social media platforms. By collaborating with each other, you can expand your customer base because you will be reaching new people. Network. I'm a huge fan of networking. I don't think there is any better way to build a business than to get out there, shake some hands, and get to know people. Networking requires a time commitment and it doesn't provide instant gratification, but a strong network is one of the greatest assets any business person can have. Give a speech. A lot of people hate public speaking. However, there are many organizations looking for qualified subject matter experts who can present to their groups. Take a deep breath and volunteer. You don't have to be a professional as long as the information you share is helpful to the audience. The more you do it, the easier it gets. Plus, it positions you as a credible authority in your field. We have all come from there. Initially, we couldn't speak, but now we can speak to thousands and even millions of people with our guts on, without being afraid. You can start that as well. Create a buzz around your business. Ask for referrals. Don't be shy about asking for company. Don't be shy about asking for customer referrals. The majority of people say they are willing to provide a referral if asked, but very few take the initiative to do it on their own. Referrals make it easier to get in the door with new customers. If you aren't asking for them, you are missing a lot of opportunities. Build relationships. To network, you need to also build relationships. To market, you need to build relationships. It is less expensive to keep a customer than it is to get a new one. That is why establishing strong relationships with your customer base is crucial. One of the ways you can do this is by keeping in touch with people through email marketing. Ask customers for their email address when they visit your store or website. Then make your communications informative, helpful, and professional, something your customers will look forward to receiving. Offer coupons. Coupons are a good way for making businesses attract new customers. Research shows that people will go out of their way to use a coupon, proving that this method is successful in expanding your customer base. Go ahead and do it. Coupons can also generate return visits. For example, if you give a customer a coupon for a discount to use on future business, there's high probability they will be back. Give it away. Give it away as a gift or as a bonus. If someone has the opportunity to experience your product or service, chances are they will want to purchase more of your product. Don't be afraid to give someone a free trial or a sample. In today's economy, people are more comfortable purchasing something they have been able to experience first. These 10 inexpensive marketing strategies will help you engage customers, build relationships, and ultimately keep your brand top of mind. It is not always about the money. It is not always about the money you have to spend on marketing. It is about the time and effort you put into it, and above all, the relevance it has for your customers. We know this video is long, so we have provided a recap of all the 7 points we have mentioned here as a takeaway for you. Find the right business. In point 2, we said you should educate yourself very well in the entrepreneurial journey you are taking. Point 3, we said you should plan your business. We said you should register your business. In point 5, we said you should find your right target audience. In point 6, we said you should market your business. In point 7, we said you should network your business, and you are good to go. If you are starting as an entrepreneur, these are the points you need to understand before you put in your head. Thank you so much for watching. See you in